Well, if you want to meet some amazing authors while helping support the Friends of the Fresno County Public Library, you'll want to head over to the Good Company Players Second Space Theater next week. Joining us today to talk about their book launch and fundraiser are co-authors of the novel Stinger, Bill McEwen and Tanya Nichols. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
We're so excited about your new book. Tell us a little bit about it. What's it all about?
So I guess I would start with how it was a challenge to write it, literally.
Oh, no.
So I've known Tanya since she was probably a sophomore at Fresno High School.
Oh, wow.
She went to school with my then future wife. They've remained friends. Oh. And then we have a third friend who lives over in the Napa area. And so Karen and I were going over there for a bike ride, a fundraiser for Diabetes Society. And Tanya's family is in that area, so we all met up at Rutherford Grill. And our friend Stephanie says, you guys should write a novel together. And Tanya, what did we say to that?
Well, no. At the time, I was, yeah, no. Well, she goes, you're both writers. And at the time, I had a novel coming out soon when we were meeting. So I was talking about it, and she's like, you're a writer, you should write a book together. I'm a fiction writer.
And I'm a journalist. This can't happen.
That's not going to work. And
the rest is history.
well, yeah. Bill finally called and said, do you want to give it a try?
Love it.
Yeah.
So once you guys decided to officially write it, what inspired this?
Well, so I'd made some pitches to publishers and got positive feedback, and at the time I was just like, you know, I don't know that I can really carry this out, and Tanya is a great literary novelist, and you know, let's face it, I mostly do wisecracks and things like that, and I thought this would make a great pairing, and so that's when I pitched it to Tanya.
So you guys balance each other out, essentially.
Right, right.
Hopefully so.
And I think we learned a lot from each other along the way, you know, about different writing styles and making them mesh and come together to create a single voice. I think we did that. You know?
Yeah, it's got to be a challenge to take two different brains, pretty much, but put together into one novel.
Yes.
I love that.
So I think the great thing, though, was the capacity to be surprised. And so we had written the book, and then Tanya was saying, well, I think we need an epilogue. And I was thinking, boy, she must have watched like Cannon and all these Quinn Martin shows when she was a teenager, because they always have an epilogue. And I wasn't that big on the epilogue, but then she wrote it, and well, the ending, it was just great. I mean, I was like, wow, I would have never thought of that. And that's a great way to end this book. So
what is Stinger all about?
Stinger, it's a Valley novel, and at the core of it is kind of this conflict between small ag and big ag, and revenge, in a sense, against a huge agricultural corporation, and I couldn't get the words out. And so our main characters, there's 4 of them, but one of them, she decides to create her own brand of honey, and she takes a job with this big corporation, even though she hates them, so that she can, on the side, create her own honey. That is a really special kind of honey that makes you high.
Interesting.
And of course that leads to all kinds of complications. As I originally conceived it and pitched it, the novel was to be a summer read, kind of ripped from the headlines like Law and Order. And so it's very topical. Obviously honey's in there, mad honey, so we're talking about legalization of marijuana and all the implications. Having worked nearly 38 years for the Fresno Bee, I went through the disruption of traditional media by you know, digital revolution, so that digital revolution and disruption of media is in there. There's bee colony collapse, there's Indian gaming, there's the drought.
Wow.
Little sports for sports fans, because people remember a long time ago I was a sports writer, so we have a little flavor of Valley football and everything that can take place. And there are elements of this where reality is stretched, but not too far. It's stretched just enough to have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Sounds
there's-
really interesting.
There are a lot of shenanigans that
Yeah, and scams and twists and turns. So
Well, you guys have your big book launch. Tell us a little bit about that.
it will be on September 18th at Second Space Theater on Olive, and we're going to have, much like this, conversation about the novel and about how we collaborate, where the story came from, and we'll have a reception with book signing and book sales, and all the proceeds from ticket sales to the event will go to the Friends of the Library.
That's awesome.
And so both Tanya and I have supported Friends of the Library quite strongly in the past in raising money for them. We believe in Friends of the Library and obviously the Fresno County Public Library System, and it's not going to be totally serious. I'll be bringing a lot of wine for people to drink. So,
Sounds like a great
It's
time.
gonna
yeah,
be-
good time.
It's going to be a celebration. It'll be
love
fun,
it.
so we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for chatting with us about the book, and good luck with the launch.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
having us.
Of course.